And I am back with another One Piece video, man. And this is Four Emperors Explained. Now, who are the emperors? I have no idea. We're about to find out in this video. But if you do know, comment down below your favorite emperor, the like button, subscribe. Let's get into this video, man.
The Four Emperors are the most powerful pirates in the world. They rule over the second half of the Grand Line and are the reason why it's so chaotic.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I know two of them gotta be Big Mom and Kaido. It just gotta be like, I don't know, like.
At the beginning of the series, these emperors consisted of Shanks, Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom. However, over the course of the series, these ranks have shifted to where Blackbeard, Buggy, and Luffy are now at the top. However, before we get into detail, what is an emperor? The Four Emperors, or the Yonko, are four separate pirate crews that ruled over.
Wait. Can Zoro become one? I mean, like, Zoro did beat Big Mom, you know what I'm saying? Wait, no, Zoro beat King? Who beat Big Mom? Oh, whatever. Something like that, though. So, like, they did beat Big Mom. I forgot who exactly it was, but they beat Big Mom. So is Zoro up there now?
We're the second half of the Grand Line, aka the New World. To put this into perspective, it's often stated that as a pirate in the New World, you have to either make an alliance with other pirates or ally yourself with an emperor to survive. This sentiment is true for most rookie pirates, as even the lower ranking officers in an emperor's crew can take out entire pirate crews by themselves. As for the highest ranking officers, mostly known as commanders, they are some of the strongest individuals in the One Piece world, often having insane devil fruit powers and or overwhelming haki. However, it's also said that the crew of the Yonko don't even compare to the emperor themselves. In fact, most of the Yonko are considered top 10 strongest characters in the series. For context, the Yonko are the entire reason why the Seven Warlord system even exists, to give the world government somewhat of an even playing field. But even then, it took the combined forces of the Marines and the Warlords to just stop one emperor and his crew during the
Is that not with power? Like, is that am I tripping?
Paramount War. So as you can imagine, the combined forces of two emperors is said to be unstoppable, but that would never happen because all four Yonko are locked in an eternal struggle to find the One Piece. This is basically why there are four emperors, as if one Yonko were to try to attack another, and even if they succeeded, they would still be left in a vulnerable state and be screwed over by the other two. Though that's not to say that the emperors or their forces don't clash from time to time. So without further ado, let's get into the first of the four emperors.
Whitebeard that guy, I ain't gonna lie. That guy.
Edward Newgate, or more commonly known as Whitebeard, was the former captain of the Whitebeard Pirates. He was often regarded as the strongest man in the world and a rival to the Pirate King himself. Whitebeard commanded 16 divisions of his crew and 43 other allied pirate crews. Each division was commanded by Whitebeard's 16 division commanders, who are all powerhouses by themselves. But
Hey, well, I see the Phoenix was under him too. What the fuck?
Whitebeard alone is a completely different beast. He is the user of the Gura Gura no Mi, or the Quake fruit. This allows him to destroy entire islands with ease, and even then he's—
Oh yeah, hey, I got a question for y'all, man. Hey, look, so when the fruit bearer dies, does the fruit grow where they die at? Because I'm still confused as to how Blackbeard got the Quake fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Still has mastery in all three types of haki. Edward Newgate was also a close friend of the Pirate King, despite them being rivals. And Whitebeard could have learned the location of the One Piece if he wanted to, but wealth, fame, and power aren't really his thing. See, all Whitebeard wanted in this world was a family, and that's why he calls every member of his crew his sons. He was even described as the man who sat before the throne by—
Why he didn't just have a family? Like, why did he just make a kid?
Doflamingo.
If that's all you wanted, then why are you a pirate still? I don't understand.
Because instead of learning the location of the One Piece from Roger, he decided to learn the true history of the world instead. As a Yonko, Whitebeard was less of a conqueror and more of a peacekeeper, despite him being overwhelmingly powerful. However, Whitebeard's reign as an emperor came to an end when he and his entire crew went to go save Ace from being executed. In this battle, known as the Paramount War, Whitebeard lost his life and he failed his objective to save Ace, as he died as well. But that's not to say that the Whitebeard pirates are weak, as they gave the entire navy and the warlords a run for their money.
Big Mama.
Charlotte Linlin, also known as Big Mom, is the captain of the Big Mom Pirates. Big Mom is a completely unnatural force, as even at the age of 5, she was able to kill giants just because of her uncontrollable hunger tantrums. And by being manipulated by Streusen and many others, this monster was cultivated.
Fat bitch hungry, so she's strong. What? That's crazy.
Into the unstoppable force that we see today. The Big Mom Pirates are commanded by 3 sweet commanders, and under them are the officers, which are made up of Big Mom's 85 children. Yes, 85 natural-born children, no adoptions. These forces largely
What the fuck?
The officers, which are made up of Big Mom's 85 children. Yes, 85 natural-born children, no adoptions. These forces largely reside in Tado Land, a paradise for all
85 kids. What the fuck?
All races of the world, made out of candy and other sweets. Now, Big Mom herself has the powers of the Soul Fruit, which allow her to manipulate the souls of others as well as herself. This ability allows her to use techniques such as bringing life to objects by using other souls, and generally increasing her own power. And on top of that, she has all 3 types of haki as well. Big Mom's reign came to an end when at the Battle of Onigashima, she was defeated by Captain Kidd and Trafalgar Law. It's important to note that this feat was accomplished by careful planning from both Kidd and Law, because even though Big Mom is an unnatural force that can rival even Whitebeard, she's still kind of a brute. And with
so never mind. Zoro's not Emperor level, and Kidd and Law aren't, because they had to work together to try to beat her. So okay, they like half of it. Okay.
Good enough plan, she can be bested in combat. However, it's important to mention that after this battle, both Kidd and Law were on the verge of death, so it's safe to say that this was not an easy feat at all.
That boy, the GOAT.
100 Beast Kaido is the Governor General of the Beast Pirates. He is often regarded as the strongest creature in the world, and one of his epithets is King of.
Hey, someone told me Kaido fruit is the fish fruit. It's like a mythical. That's how he can turn into a dragon. Something like Magikarp and Gyarados. That's what somebody said in the comments before. Y'all let me know what it is. I don't know what his fruit is.
The Beasts. Kaido commands over 20,000 crew members, and under him are his 3 commanders, or the All-Stars. But none of these forces compare to the captain himself. Not only does Kaido have complete mastery over all 3 types of haki, but also insanely thick skin that can only be penetrated by the strongest characters in the series. Like seriously, he's so durable that his main hobby is trying to commit suicide. And even beyond that, you still have to get past his Zoan Devil Fruit powers, which allow him to turn into a dragon. Kaido is somewhat of an anarchist. His goal is not only to die at the hands of someone stronger than him, but also bring about a war that will shatter the status quo and create a system where only the strong survive.
Okay, so I got a question, like, this is called a fish fruit, right? So is he awakened? Because like, how does he turn to a dragon if it's fish? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That don't really make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That don't really make no sense. No sense, man.
This is why he has over 500
mythical fish is not no goddamn dragon.
Artificial devil fruit users in his crew, and some of his top ranking officers such as the Toby Roppo or the All-Stars have rare devil fruits that allow them to turn into exotic creatures. But unfortunately, or fortunately, this dream was cut short by the hands of Monkey D. Luffy and his allies during the raid of Onigashima.
Ink school. That boy Shanks,
Redhead
okay.
Shanks is the chief of the Redhead Pirates, and out of the original 4 emperors, he's the one that we know the least about, since the plot has not decided to focus on him yet. However,
But is Shanks like the weakest one? Like I would think he's the weakest one in my opinion. Like he don't look like he got like any like commanders like that, like strong or anything.
do know is that Shanks is a bit of a prodigy, being the youngest one out of the original 4 emperors to actually gain the title. He has 10 officers in his crew, which are all extremely strong. However, at the time of this recording, we don't really know anything about his extended forces yet. Also, Shanks was on Goldie Roger's crew when he was just a kid. We do know that Shanks was actually found by Roger when he was just a baby during the God Valley incident, which may suggest that he's a son of a celestial dragon. Now, that is a pretty crazy.
What the fuck? What?
Which may suggest that he's a son of a celestial dragon. Now, that is a pretty crazy theory, but the reason that I say this is because during the Reverie arc, Shanks, by himself, entered Marijois and talked to the Gorosei. And it wasn't like they were being held hostage or anything. When Shanks walked in, they literally treated it as if it were just a normal thing, paying him no mind whatsoever. For those who don't know, the Gorosei are the 2nd highest ranking individuals in the world government. They're basically on top of the world and have been pulling the strings this entire time. Kind of.
Hey, how strong are they? Are they like strong? You know what I'm saying? I want to see how strong they is, if they are strong.
But that's a different video. But still, the fact that Shanks was able to do this, or even go to Marijois in the first place, tells us that we really don't know anything about his true intentions. I mean, as an emperor, Shanks is a peacekeeper, kind of like Whitebeard, and he just now decided to go after the One Piece, even though Luffy is already 3/4 of the way there. But whatever. Speaking of Luffy, whenever we see Shanks, he's always talking about the new generation of pirates. And this is actually why he entrusted his straw hat to Luffy, to invest in the new generation, as he said. Just like the other emperors that we've talked about, Shanks is extremely powerful. And while he doesn't have any devil fruit powers, he makes up for this in his hockey use.
I got no devil fruit powers. So then why people be drawing him with the flame? Is it flame fruit? Fire fruit? I don't know. Yeah. Why people be drawing him with that if you don't got no
usage? For real, he's so good at using Conqueror's Hockey that he can literally stop observation hockey users from seeing into the future. He was also seen clashing with Whitebeard, and before he lost his arm, he would regularly duel with Mihawk, the world's greatest swordsman.
That boy, that menace Blackbeard, boy.
After the Paramount War and the defeat of the Whitebeard pirates, Marshal D. Teach, or Blackbeard, decided to fill the power vacuum. It actually turns out that the defeat of Whitebeard was all a part of Blackbeard's grand plan. And to secure his spot as one of the 4 emperors, he defeated the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates in an event known as the Payback War. Now that he has accomplished this, him and his 10 Titanic captains rule the New World. But unlike the other emperors, Blackbeard is a bit on the weaker side, as he's nowhere near as physically strong as the other 4, and he may not even have Conqueror's Hockey. But to make up for this, he has 2 devil fruit powers. Blackbeard actually stole Whitebeard's ability upon his death, and now he too can shatter islands with 1 punch. He did this through some mysterious...
How he stole the ability? Someone tell me in the comments, man. How he stole it? Like, how did you steal someone's
ability that we don't know of yet, but what we do know is that he's trying to gather a crew of powerful devil fruit users. And it seems that he has accomplished this because even a former Navy admiral is on Blackbeard's crew. However, unfortunately, Blackbeard is another one of those emperors that the story has not decided to focus on yet. But what we do know is that Blackbeard is always scheming, and he probably knows something about the
always scheming.
The reason I say this is because Blackbeard actually planned the entire downfall of Whitebeard, from the murder of Commander Thatch all the way up to the Paramount War. He was also extremely confident while executing this entire plan, which may tell us that he knows something about the Will of D or something about his greater destiny. Now we're on to one of the most recent emperors. After the defeat of Big Mom and Kaido, the Marines saw the threat of the new organization known as Cross Guild. Cross Guild's main objective is to put bounties on Marines, which gives other criminals more of an incentive to go after them. With this and all the other issues that the world government is facing, Cross Guild was labeled a new emperor, or should I say Buggy the Clown was. Now this was a big revelation in the One Piece community because Buggy isn't exactly the emperor type. He's a coward, doesn't have hockey, and one of the weakest antagonists in the entire series. But since he has the backing of multiple underground organizations, plus Mihawk and Crocodile, he is seen as the ultimate threat. And let me put an emphasis on seen as. In reality, Crocodile and Mihawk came together to form a new pirate crew after the collapse of the 7 warlords. And Crocodile thought it was convenient to take over Buggy's organization.
Okay, so Buggy, he is the weakest. He the weakest. Okay.
Since he owes him money. The only reason Buggy is seen as the ringleader is because his face is on the front of the flyer by complete accident. But Buggy was allowed to seem like the figurehead of Cross Guild so he can take more of the attention. For all intensive purposes though, this plan is pretty solid. Crocodile is the mastermind who almost took over an entire country. Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman who is actually Yonko level. And
Zoro Mihawk.
And Buggy is the one who takes all the blame. Simple as that. Now I saved these guys for last for obvious reasons. The Straw Hats are the main characters and you probably already know everything about the crew, but you may not know about the extended forces of the Straw Hats, aka the Grand Fleet. The Grand Fleet is made up of 7 other pirate crews, which puts their combined numbers at 5,600 members. Each of these crews is fairly strong in their own right, and are basically half the reason why Doflamingo was defeated. Now if you already know this, you may be saying, well, these crews are nowhere near as strong as the Whitebeard pirates, but they also don't have the numbers of the Beast pirates, so what's the big deal? Well, being an emperor also comes down to infamy at the end of the day. And to the general public of the One Piece world, Luffy himself is a menace, and I don't mean that in a term of endearment, I mean he's an actual menace to society. So let me just run down some of the accomplishments and chaos that Luffy has caused. First, Luffy is the only person to have successfully raided all 3 major government facilities, along with declare war on the world government themselves. Second, Luffy has defeated 3 warlords of the sea and made allies with many others. Third, he is the son of the Revolutionary Army's leader, Dragon. 4, he and his pirate alliance managed to defeat 2 Emperors of the Sea simultaneously. And finally, to the public, he defeated the Marine hero Garp in 1 hit. Garp is also his grandfather, by the way. So yeah, to the general public of the One Piece world, Luffy is literally one of the most dangerous people alive.
So his grandfather's a Marine or some shit, and then his dad is a pirate? How'd that happen?
Alive, especially since he was able to do all of that in such a short amount of time. So yeah, that was basically all of the Yonko explained. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
Imagine like they made him a Marine that like, you know, just shifted to the pirate side because he seemed like it was on some fuck shit, but yeah.
And this video is a little bit longer than my other ones, so
alright man, so that's the end of the video, man. Let me know who y'all think is the strongest. Kaido, of course, you know, or Luffy now. Could be Kaido, it could be Luffy, you know what I'm saying, now since he got Gear 5. So I gotta say, you know what I'm saying, Luffy. And then the weakest, this little clown thing right here, you know what I'm saying, clown that nigga. Alright. Anyways, man, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm see y'all in the next video, man. Take care.